Hi, good morning, guys. Let me take out these because they're not connected. But good morning or good afternoon whenever you see this video. So I went to the manager meeting yesterday, so I got lots to bring back. I know there's a lot of questions when it goes about March 21st, so I will be going over that and updates about the mask situation for us and also for customers. So let's start off with some good news first. We're going to be closed for Mother's Day this year, so that's a nice little bonus. Normally we're not closed on Mother's Day, so it will be nice for all the mothers, and I know you're all mothers, so that will be nice. The other thing that is nice, we are going to be getting a transfer. Some of you guys already know, some of you don't know. But we are getting a transfer stylist from Trenton, Oregon. Her name is Julia. She's a mother as well. She's married. Her and Sonia are really good friends in California, and they have both, moved to Washington at a similar time. Not quite at the same time, but a similar time. So we will be getting her. I will be having a lunch meeting or a coffee thing with her at some point this week, probably on Monday. So you might see me pop in during that time, also for products and stuff like that, because I got to do recon on Monday. So don't be surprised if you see me there, even though I'm off for Monday and Tuesday. I'm going to be off from Saturday all the way till Tuesday. If you guys need any help, or have any questions or concerns, you can call me or text me. I will get back to you. Saturday, I may not get back to you right away because I do have some things happening for that day. That's more in the morning time though, so that shouldn't be a big deal or going on quickly. Trying to see, because I wrote down some notes here on what we needed to cover. Those are the two nice things, I guess, to say, or the good news, sorry. And I'll also be picking from the idea jar during this as well, because I wanted to start doing that once a month, and you guys can pick themes and stuff like that. So if you have any ideas, whether it's a theme day or a music request, or whatever, honestly, if you have any ideas for anything. Also wanted to go over for the shift coverage button. If you guys, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but when we check out for the day, and it has like the closing incentive, the split incentive like above that, and then right underneath now there is a coverage button. So basically, if you covered a shift, whether it's here at the home store or at another shop, you can hit that button, and that will be the the coverage incentive, which basically is you'll get paid $1 more than usual when you do cover a shift. So if you guys want to know a little bit more about that, let me know. But I just wanted to tell you guys about it because I have known about it, but I wanted to cover it in the meeting. The other thing is our app has been updated, our Great Clips app. So it's a new layout. I'm gonna go get that real quick. Okay, I'm back. So I grabbed those two things in the ideas jar since I was out there. So this is the new app. You guys would probably have seen this form already up front, and you're probably wondering what it was for. So this is the new Great Clips app. They got updated in January 22nd is when it got released. So this is the new icon for the App Store. That's what it's going to look like instead of the orange with Great Clips on it. So it'll look green like this. And then the next step here is kind of showing more of a layout because it gives you all the information and what we still require to go into the salon and all, or what to expect to go into the salon. Then after that point, they'll go to this here, and then you can get to pick on whatever location you want to go for. So it can have it as a list now, so they can manually search for it for name instead of the map. They can also still use the map to tap and check in online at that salon. So whichever preference they end up liking, I think the list one is going to be really nice for them, just because sometimes on the map we're super close together. So that should help with the accidental online check-ins at other locations instead of the salon that you're at. And then it still gives you the estimated wait time there until you're on top of the list, but it's a 2-step process now to check in. So you get to check for the store itself, and then you hit check-in. So there's a 2-step process now when it comes to checking in at the salon. It still has the option for text alert, so if they want to, they can request it on the app itself. So that is still the same for the text alert. And the other thing that has changed with it as well is it kind of gives more of a warning with it. It still does not come on until 5 minutes after opening, so that hasn't changed. I think we talked enough about the new app and the makeover. I do recommend everyone to download the app. If your app is acting weird, most likely you're going to have to uninstall and then reinstall the new one. That's more common with more of the iPhones versus Androids, but as a heads up. But I do recommend everyone to get the app so you know what to expect and you can explain it to customers properly. The other thing I wanted to go over is the mask. So I know a lot of you guys have had questions about it ever since the press release from Inslee about the mask mandate going up March 21st. So Great Clips will be following the same guidelines as that. So once March 21st comes around, both customers and employees can go without their mask. And that goes for anyone that's not vaccinated as well. Whether you're vaccinated or not, you have the option now. So just let me know what your decision is. Most of us that I do know are still planning to wear masks in the salon or seasonal and stuff like that. I'm personally going to be still wearing a mask during spring and summer here. And then we'll see when fall and winter comes. Because if you guys do not know, the other reason I like wearing the mask, it's because of allergies for me. So it is optional. And then the other thing about the mask that I knew a lot of you guys had questions about is, can we ask a customer to put on a mask if they're showing symptoms of being sick or sneezing, coughing, anything like that? So that is up to the stylist's discretion on that. So if you're not feeling comfortable to cut someone's hair like that, I would recommend to ask them to wear a mask. If they choose not to wear a mask, they can go to another stylist that is comfortable with it, or you can tell them, like, look, none of the stylists are comfortable doing this for you right now, but we can try to go another way, like the alternative methods of holding a towel over their nose and mouth or the face shield. And if they refuse to do any of those, then if you're not comfortable with it anyways, I think at least 1 or 2 of us would be fine with it. But if you are not feeling comfortable and everyone in the salon is feeling the same way, you can tell them, like, I'm sorry, because you're not willing to do this, or not willing to do alternative methods. None of the stylists are feeling comfortable to do your hair. So you can say that. You can ask a customer to put on a mask if you're not feeling comfortable. The other thing about the mask mandate going up, we are going to start doing beard trims again as well, starting March 21st. So girls, please let me know who is comfortable with doing beard trims and who is not, just because that's face-to-face kind of contact. You can also tell the customer while you're doing a beard trim, if they don't mind, if they don't talk while I do your beard and mustache trim. So yeah, just let me know who is comfortable and who's not comfortable with doing that, and then we can kind of go from there accordingly for customers and stylists. What else? That was the main thing with the mask update that I knew everyone was going to be asking. The other thing about sick and stuff like that, if you guys don't remember back in January, when that little shop cold was spreading around, that some of us had to be out for a couple days. So there is more information on that. So if you get sick and you have like major symptoms like the fever or just other major symptoms, you can be 5 days out on quarantine just until your symptoms like goes away, especially if your fever goes away and stays away for at least 24 hours. And then after that, 5 days of mask wearing in the salon. And if you get in contact with someone that's close into your family circle, and they test positive for COVID, all you have to do is monitor symptoms and go from there, and vice versa. Goes into if you're feeling sick, you do the 5-day quarantine, 5-day mask in the salon. So there's no more COVID leave or COVID pay on that, but I think most of you guys already know that's been up for a while. The other thing that I was going to need to talk about, and I know this is going to be kind of hard for some of us that got used to having so much space in between, is we need to start filling up the front stations. There was already an incident at one of the Valley locations where a stylist was set up in the very like back station, and it was a elderly person, and he ended up falling on the way to the back of the chair. And so we have a lot of senior citizens that come in, and a lot of them that have to use walkers, canes, whatever. A lot of them need assistance walking. So we need to start filling up the front stations, and so that means being closer together as well. So we won't have the in between station spaces anymore. So just as a heads up, that is going to be happening. I know some of us got used to having a lot of space, but we have to go back to normal at some point, and that is normal. The other things that I wanted to cover is cleaning, and then also about like some coupons and stuff like that. So I'll get down to it. So for cleaning, Sonia has brought this to my attention, which I am guilty of, and I know some of us are guilty of this as well, where we're forgetting to clean the hair out of the sink drain when we're doing shampoos. Most likely what I'm going to do is make that basket as a trash can. That way we can just put it into that little slot where the laundry, like, trash can, I don't know, the laundry basket itself that kind of pulls out. I'm going to make that a trash can, so it makes it easier for us to do that after we do a client. And then for restrooms, I have noticed that restrooms do not get done every day. I would like the restrooms to get done every day. You don't have to mop every single day. You can mop every other day, but I would appreciate if everyone makes sure that the restrooms do get cleaned daily. Just because it can get gross pretty quick. Customers use it. We use them. Like, it's just, it looks better. And it gives me more peace of mind of having that clean. The other thing that I needed to talk about is the chore chart, which I know I'm kind of guilty of, where I don't make sure that the chore chart is being filled out properly. So I am guilty of that, but I do want to start using the chore chart, so that way we know what needs to still get done and what hasn't been done, or has been done, I mean. So if you guys can please try to use the chore chart, that will be great. The other thing I wanted to go over is blowout. So now we're going back to where we are blowing out all the stations, at least at the end of the day, and then sweeping from there, just because hair gets trapped underneath our chairs, underneath the mats. It's a hair salon, so that's normal. So making sure that we're going back to that as well. Everything else we usually do on a regular basis, like wiping down mats, sweeping the floor, vacuuming, so I'm not concerned with that. They did cover that in the meeting. The other thing I wanted to go over is, I know some of us have been used to the mask mandate and other people have not. So until March 21st, if you guys please make sure that customers are wearing their mask. Also, when they're in the waiting room in the building and they have their mask down, please ask them to pull up their mask or wear your mask properly. It's only until March 21st. I don't like being a mask, police either, but it would be nice if all of us does it and not just some of us. The other thing I wanted to go over is the coupons, because we've been getting a lot of coupons lately of the $9.99, $12.99, $5 off, $3 off, all of those kind of things. So I'm glad they covered this, because it's one of those circumstances where you don't know. If it is a district coupon, it's within our district, even if it doesn't accept the code or scanning, it says it can't accept it, due to this reason, I will let it slide and you can still give them the coupon price. But if they end up bringing in a coupon or download a coupon off of Facebook or a screenshot, showing $8.99 or $9.99, and it doesn't have the code or it doesn't scan with the barcode, you can tell them, or we need to tell them that, I'm sorry, we can't honor this coupon. What we can do is give you $3 off your haircut, but only for this time. So just making sure that we kind of keep up with that as well when it comes to coupons, which I know it makes it really hard to keep track of that. The other thing I also wanted to go over is the 80-20 rule. So most of us are guilty of this, where we need to make sure that we are talking with our customers mostly about them and not so much about us, which is the 80-20 rule. So 80% should be about the customer, 20% is about you or you talking. So making sure that we kind of watch that, because I think that's where a lot of us, our haircut times are kind of slipping, is because we're getting too much into talking to our customer versus doing the haircut itself. So as long as we can kind of keep that going, I do want to come up with a code word or something like that. That way we can tell each other hey, you're kind of going over the 80-20 kind of rule. So I don't know what the code word should be. I'll have you guys put some input on that. I'm thinking of something kind of simple or everyday. Did you call back that person or something like that? I think might be the code word to hey, you need to calm down and bring it back to the customer. The other thing I wanted to go over, and this goes more for the shift leads versus us necessarily, for the bundles, when we do the bundles of the envelopes and the invoices, which we do not have to print out all the paperwork anymore. I think most of you guys already know that. Unless the drawer is off, then you print the drawer count itself. But besides that, that's the only thing I really need. That's the only thing I really need for the most part for the bundles now, because everything can be searched on GCU. The other thing I wanted to talk about for the bundles as well is when you're doing the envelopes, please put the deposit slip like this and staple it to it instead of putting it on the inside, because it makes it harder for me to go through the bundles and figure out what are the dates and stuff like that. So if you guys could do that, please, that would be nice. Same thing with the deposit slips. The last couple days we had a couple of deposit slips, so if you guys could put the deposit slips with this slip, it would be greatly appreciated. I'm trying to think if there was anything else. Besides forms, if you guys could please put all papers and stuff like that I need to go through or look at onto the on the metal tray. I know it's a weird pet peeve of mine, but I don't like to have a lot of paperwork on the desk. I feel more clustered, thinking wise, when it's all over my desk. So if you guys could keep it to the metal tray, that would be great. The other thing I wanted to go over, there is one more thing that I need to flip back to real quick, is the offline feature that's going to be happening. So when our internet goes down, we normally cannot take card payments anymore. Usually it has to be cash. Well, Great Clips have decided to kind of alter it, and we'll be getting this update at some point here soon, where when our internet's down, there's going to be an offline mode. So basically, from the offline mode, it will run it like a normal card process, but it will take longer than typical, for it to process the card and store it. So it'll be being stored into a cloud, and once the internet goes back on, it'll transfer all that information back to the normal server. So I wanted to give you guys a heads up with that. I'm not sure when we're going to be getting that update, but that will be happening here soon. So yay. Yeah, I think that was mostly it that I wanted to cover for the meeting and stuff. Now let's go ahead and go for... Looks like I got Jean Day. So, we will have a jeans day, like a blue jeans day, which there is updates with the dress code as well. But it's nothing really like out of the blue or new. So I will be posting that in the break room for you guys so you guys can take a look. The only thing that's really changed is the leggings rule. So, but most of us don't really just wear leggings. So I'm not too worried about that at all. The other thing, there's one more thing that I brought back from the meeting, is we're going to be doing a like in salon culture game. So it's going to be more positivity based. Basically, we're going to have your guys' photos on there, give a little bit about me kind of feel for customers to get to know the team. The other thing we're also going to be putting is like if you see someone doing something nice, for a customer, or something that's wows, or, little things like that, where we are giving out compliments, encouraging other stylists and stuff like that. So if we can write it on these like little name tags and we wear it for the day, like if someone helped, an elderly person to their car and things like that, for example. So that will be really fun. We'll have stickers too, where we'll just put the stickers next to the person's pictures and names. So the only thing I need from you guys is a photo of you that you would like to be used for this game. So let me know. You can send them to me and I will print them and put them on the board as well. So yeah, that was it. I'm glad I made this video a little bit on the shorter side. If you guys have any questions, like I said, don't be afraid to ask me or text me or call me. Thank you guys. Hopefully you guys have a good rest of your day. All right. Oh, and the other thing I forgot to say is I'll start putting our shop meetings on the schedule for now on. That way no one can slightly forget about the meetings. So yeah, I'll do that for next time. All right, thank you guys. Bye. Have a good rest of your day, or good night.